Hey y'all, it's Melissa here at Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. Thanks for joining me on our YouTube channel, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. Just want to try to get a quick video of our meat chickens at a time of day when the sunlight is changing, and we're going to adjust the doors in the building to try to utilize that solar energy coming in. It really helps the birds feel warmer, and it's just in general good for living things to get some sunlight exposure. So we want to try to demonstrate it, try to show it to you, and you'll have to bear with me because I've got to manage doors and the camera. But what we have going on is it's about 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is March 21st, 2024. There's 125 of the Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens. They're 11 days old. We call this the starting phase. This group of birds actually will only be in production for 37 days, and then they'll go to a USDA inspected processor. So as they approach 2 weeks old, they're actually about a third of the way, a little over a third of the way through production. They are being raised specifically for meat production, and Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens are birds that their typiness lends this particular type of bird to meat production because they convert feed to meat rapidly. So what we have going on that you're going to see is this morning we opened up the doors that would be east facing to let morning sun in, and then it was maybe about 27, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's about 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're middle of the day, and we may get up to like 47 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon. These birds, keep in mind, at 11 days old want to be maybe 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So we have 7 250 watt bulb supplemental heat lamps for warmth for them. But we go ahead when the days are calm and sunny and there's not a lot of wind, we can go ahead and open up the carriage doors on this fairly new but rustic style barn to let a lot of sunlight in. And it was interesting this morning, for example, when we opened up the building, essentially all the birds left the heat lamps and went to where the sunlight was streaming in. So some of them have made their way back over to the heat lamps at this point, but I want to show you where they are now, and we're going to actually we'll probably go ahead and go around and open the other doors, and then try to come back over and close these doors. So anyway, so I want to give you a look at where the birds are right now, okay? So see, very little bit. I know it's difficult with the sunlight and you're getting my shadow. Let me try to stand over here. So only a very little wedge now here of sunlight. This wedge of sunlight was going all the way up this side earlier, okay? Was extended all the way up here. We have a dozen egg production pullets over there. You can just see a few of them. So these birds that are now under heat lamps here were all over here by these yellow crates because this wedge of sunlight was extending all that way. So what we're going to do is go over to the set of carriage doors right there ahead of us, okay? And I'm going to open those, and we're going to observe if the birds move themselves over. So at this point, they've consumed a little over 100 pounds of feed. We plan on a single meat bird consuming 10 pounds of feed over production, 5 to 6 weeks. So we use that as our basis for figuring feed consumption. And what that means is that basically for every 100 birds, we figure 20 50-pound bags of feed. So if they've consumed, 100 pounds, we have 900 more pounds that we expect these birds to eat between now and April 16th, which would just be about 26 days. So initially with chicks, the feed rate consumption, seems slow. With meat chicks, they kind of match their egg production counterpart chicks as far as feed consumption, but very rapidly they increase feed consumption. So I got to secure these doors back. So these birds will begin to eat more and more and more. So I'm going to try to have the camera on the barn interior while I open, but you can see already so now there's sunlight coming there, and some of the birds are like, oh, we want to go over there. Okay, so I got to get this other door open, and then we'll just observe a few minutes because I actually have a farm appointment within about 10 minutes, but that I got to head out the road to. But you're going to get a little bit of my shadow here. So we've got this wedge of light now coming in. So this would now be a south-facing doorway. So gradually, birds will work their way from that area over to here, okay?